continue our parish reading of Dilexit, He Loved Us, on the human and divine love of the heart of Jesus by Pope Francis. Saint Therese of Lisieux on the Sacred Heart. In many of her writings, Therese speaks of her struggle with forms of spirituality overly focused on human effort, on individual merit, on offering sacrifices and carrying out certain acts in order to win heaven. For her, merit does not consist in doing or in giving much, but rather receiving. Let us read once again some of these deeply meaningful texts where she emphasizes this and presents it as a simple and rapid means of taking hold of the Lord by his heart. To her sister Leonie she writes, "I assure you that God is much better than you believe. He is content with a glance, a sigh of love. As for me, I find protection very easy to practice, because I have understood it. It is a matter of taking hold of Jesus by his heart. Look at the little child who has just annoyed his mother. If he comes to her, holding out his little arms, smiling and saying, 'Kiss me,' I will not do it again. Will his mother be able not to press him to her heart tenderly and forget his childish mischief? However, she knows her dear little one will do it again on the next occasion, but this does not matter. If he takes her again by her heart, he will not be punished." So too, in a letter to Father Adolf Ruland, she writes, "My way is all confidence and love. I do not understand souls who fear a friend so tender. At times, when I am reading certain spiritual treatises in which perfection is shown through 1,000 obstacles, surrounded by a crowd of illusions, my poor little mind quickly tires. I close the learned book that is breaking my head and drying up my heart, and I take up Holy Scripture. Then all seems luminous to me. A single word uncovers for my soul infinite horizons. Perfection seems so simple to me. I see that it is sufficient to recognize one's nothingness and to abandon oneself like a child into God's arms." In yet another letter, she relates this to the love shown by a parent. "I do not believe that the heart of a father could resist the filial confidence of his child, whose sincerity and love he knows. He realizes, however, that more than once his son will fail into the same faults, but he is prepared to pardon him always, if his son always take him by his heart." Here ends our reading. And if we may add one brief thought to this, Saint Therese of Lisieux, her understanding of God's all the time loving mercy is so timing for our age. We can relearn that God's love is full of life, full of flexibility, full of tenderness. And this encounter, healing and fulfilling, is so different from the voices which join us in this culture, in this life. May this experience of this living sea of God's love, with its flexibility and embracing gestures, form us and shape us.